If you've ever been confused about the difference between UI and UX design, you're not alone. These terms get thrown around constantly in the tech space, and honestly, even people in the industry sometimes use them interchangeably. But here's the thing, they're actually very different. And understanding the distinction can completely change how you think about digital products. So today, I'm breaking it down once and for all. And by the end of this video, you will never confuse UI and UX again. So let's get into it. Before we get technical, let me give you an analogy that makes this super clear. Now imagine if you're going to a restaurant. The UX is the entire experience. How easy was it to find the restaurant? Was there a parking space or parking lot? How long did you wait, for you to get a table? Was the waiter friendly? Was the food good? Did you feel comfortable? Would you go back? Now, the UI, on the other hand, is specifically what you see and interact with. The menu design, the plates, presentation, the interior decor, the font on the signs, the style of furniture, right? You see the difference? UX is the complete journey and how it makes you feel, while UI is the visual and interactive elements you touch along the way. Now let's apply this to digital design. So what is UX design? UX stands for user experience design, and it's all about the overall feel of the product and how users accomplish their goals. UX designers are focused on questions like who are our users, what do they need, what problems are we solving for them, and how do users move through our product. Now, are there any pain points or friction in the journey? Does the product actually work the way users expect? A UX designer's job involves things like user research, creating user personas, mapping out user flows, building wireframes, conducting usability testing, and analyzing data to understand user behavior. Think about booking a flight online. A good UX means that you can find flights quickly, compare options easily, understand the pricing, complete the purchase without confusion, and receive clear confirmation, right? Now, if any part of that journey is frustrating or confusing, that's a UX problem. Now, here's a real example. You know how Amazon has a one-click ordering? That's brilliant UX design. They identified that checkout friction was causing people to abandon purchases, so they streamlined the entire process. The result is that what you can buy anything in literally one click. Now, UX is invisible when it's done right. You don't notice it because everything just flows naturally. Okay, now UI. What is UI? UI stands for user interface design. This is all about the visual and the interactive elements that users engage with directly, right? UI designers focus on color schemes and typography, button styles, and interactive elements like the icons, imagery, pictures, layout, and spacing, animations, just maintaining visual consistency across the product. Now, if the UX is the blueprint of a house, UI is the paint, the furniture, the lighting, the fixtures, and all the finishing touches that make it beautiful. Now let's go back to that flight booking example that I had used. The UI is actually the buttons you click, the color of the book now button, the font size of the price, how the calendar looks when you select dates, the little animations when you over options, and the overall aesthetics of the website. Now, a great example of UI done right, look at apps like Airbnb or Stripe. They are visually stunning, consistent, and every element feels intentional. The buttons are exactly where you expect them to be. The color guides, your attention, right? And the whole interface just feels very polished. Now, here's the catch. You can serve a gorgeous UI, but terrible UX. I've seen beautiful apps that are impossible to navigate, and you can have a great UX with mediocre UI. It works perfectly, but it's not pretty. Now, the magic happens when both of them actually work together. So here's the most important part. UI and UX aren't competitors, they are partners. Now, think of it this way. UX design creates the structure and strategy, then UI design brings it to life visually. Now, the UX designer figures out that users need a quick way to filter search results. The UI designer then makes that filter button beautiful and accessible and intuitive to use. Let's look at Spotify as an example. The UX decision includes things like personalized playlists based on your listening habits, easy search functionality, and seamless transitions between devices. The UI decisions include the signature green branding, the album artwork, the layout, the playback control design, and the smooth animations when you like a song. Both are crucial. Now, without good UX, even the prettiest app will frustrate users and they will leave. Without good UI, even the most functional app will feel unprofessional and untrustworthy. Now, the best products are the ones we love and we use every day. Now, I've spoken about UI and UX design as though, yes, they are separate entities, but like I've said, they work together. And most of the time, we in this part of the world are generalists, and that's why you often hear people call themselves UI UX designers, because they do the two roles together. They conjoin, basically they can coexist within the same person, right? UX design is about the overall experience and functionality, making sure the product works well and meets user needs. UI design is about the visual presentation and interaction element, making sure the product looks good and feels intuitive to use. Remember, a great product needs both. You can't have one without the other. And if you want to create something people truly love, you have to have both, like I said. So if you find this helpful, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments, are you more interested in UI or UX design? And if you want more content breaking down design or tech content, please hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.